Hello and welcome to another Star Wars Black Series review. I got like 2 waves of figures as well as a few extras. Now some of these I've already chucked away the boxes and stuff, but some of these still I keep the boxes because I'm not sure if I'm keeping them. Starting from the right here, I already have a Grief Cutter in this more combat look, so I'm not sure if the Magistrate version I want to keep. So I'll take him out of the box, but I'm going to probably put him back in and maybe sell them off for a lower price at some point. Baby Yoda. I never knew this day would come where I would say I have too many Baby Yodas. I've got the figures, I've got the original Black Series one, I have a Bandai model kit with a large size Baby Yoda that I need to paint, but it also comes with a small one that comes with this little trolley thing as well. And the original Figures one also has this trolley thing as well. So what's different about this is that he's a sitting Baby Yoda. And he's also got that candy thing. It says Mandalorian sort of like necklace thing. So he does have some new accessories, but is it enough to keep him? Obi-Wan, I love Obi-Wan. He's one of my favorite Jedi. By the way, the Ancestry Gods just released this version of him, but it comes with this droid and a closed look. So the Black Series has an open one, so there's some extra little arm bits in there and a little stand for him to stand up. So technically this one's a little bit more detailed, but the Figures one, but this one comes with Wandering Jedi. This is not a good look for him. I do not want to keep this. As for this one, I do like this look. I do like the ropes on him, but I am happy with just a regular sort of episode 3 Figures Obi-Wan. I do not need another one that's just slightly different. And here I have 2 of these boxes of the fourth sister. Why? Actually, here's another one. It's a third one. Why do I have so many Black sisters, fourth sisters? Because first, I was trying to order individual bits, figures, because I want to complete the Inquisitors list. So I pre-ordered one. And then, when it came time to getting some of the other figures from her wave, such as I really wanted her, I had to order again, but I had to order the whole box. And then we can see where this is going. So I got 2 of these extras, and I will go through with them. I might have a use for that figure, actually. I'm kind of lucky that way. Okay, there she is. Yeah, I'm looking at this figure and I'm thinking, like, is it possible to customize this just enough and give myself a Fallout Ranger? Does that make sense to anyone? Like, 3D print a Fallout Ranger head for her, paint out some of these logos, give her a more generic sort of rifle or something, because it's got the robes and stuff, but the Rangers, they wear kind of jackets or something. I don't know, maybe I can customize it to use her parts for something else. But anyway, here's the fourth sister. Her lightsaber's a little bit bent. The coloring on this is a little bit more orange than I like it, but otherwise, for the figure itself, now that I have 3 of them, I shouldn't downplay the figure itself for its quality. The Imperial logos are printed okay on there. Little bits of silver details painted on them. The red lining on the robe is also painted quite nicely. Holes and trademark on the bottom there. And her head is printed quite nicely. I am actually quite happy collecting all of these different sisters and brothers and stuff. 2 pegs on the back for pegging in the lightsaber, because there's nowhere to store the glowy bits. So, decent Inquisitor stand over there. Now, the Grand Inquisitor, despite ignoring the design choices or options first, the figure itself is a good representation on how he looks in the TV show, at least the live action version. And I got these, it's actually quite smart that it gets out of the way. It's just pegged in the top of the shoulders there, so it doesn't hinder his movements at all. It can't really go forward too much, this is soft plastic, but he can go back. But yes, the figure design itself is fine. I'm not a fan of this grey plastic, because they painted the other one silver, so why isn't this painted silver? Damn it, Hasbro, I'm gonna have to paint it myself. But would I have preferred a longer head, more Clone Warsy and Revenge of the Sith design? Yes, I would. If I can get a 3D head or reprinted head of this, I will pop this off and get rid of it. Despite the quality of the figure itself, it is just really annoying that the TV show went with. But in general, the figure itself looks fine. The articulation is also okay for what he is. You just stand there and look stupid. Let's continue with more Obi-Wan TV series stuff. Here he is. He's got this giant, tiny little golden pistol. And his lightsaber, it's colored a little bit differently, a little bit more worn out and black and brown than it usually is. Otherwise, the main body is mostly just a repeat, but does have that extra gun holster there. And the head is, I want to say it's just the same Obi-Wan head we've seen a little bit, but he does look a little bit older than episode 3. The hood doesn't come down too much. They have stitched it down a little bit, so it's not too silly, but yeah. As much as we want fabrics in these figures, sometimes you shouldn't do all of it that way. So, and I'm not quite sure what's up with this robe, because his regular sleeves come out, so it's not like a regular robe, it's a robe missing the sleeves. So if you have any of the previous Obi-Wan figures, you kind of know what to expect here. in terms of like articulation and stuff. But overall, I mean, it's a nice Obi-Wan figure. I just don't need another one. For the next Obi-Wan, he's a close look at Droid. Like I said, he has a tiny little arm peg there that you can stick out so it does some actions and transparent stick that plugs into him so he can stand up easier. Yeah, no articulation on the droid itself. It is a solid piece. So the droid itself does have a little bit of articulation because these wings are little ball pegs and stuff, but you cannot close them. So if you want a closed version, get the figure arts, and you want an open one, you get this one, and you have both. So you need this one and the figure arts. Hooray! The other accessories include the pistol and lightsaber, the same with the other Obi-Wans and stuff. And for the Obi-Wans that I keep, I have the Episode 3 version and Old Man Ben because, you know, Alec Guinness is awesome. But I also have Clone Wars Obi-Wan. I have 2 different Clone Wars Obi-Wans, different designs, one's from cartoon, one's from comic or something. So I'm leaning more towards the Clone Wars cartoon design, so I'm not going to keep the first release of the Clone Wars Obi-Wan. That I need to just go through it, photo it, and set off something. For the most part, I don't need that many Obi-Wans that are slightly different variations, and I definitely don't need one that's hobo-style Obi-Wan. Look, this figure is fine. His head sculpt and hairstyle is a little bit different than the other one, so this one's just come back a little bit, and this one looks more like Revenge of the Sith, like he's waking back up. He's like, I'm returning and becoming the Obi-Wan hero that everyone wants again. But I definitely don't need this one, even though he goes with a better... But yeah, this tummy piece has this shirt is a soft plastic, which is supposed to get out of the way, but the joint is where the shirt ends. So I have no idea why this shirt piece is a soft plastic piece. It doesn't help articulation. I have no idea what this engineering is for. I mean, I get it for this part so he can move his legs and stuff, but the shirt itself? Why? Maybe for consistency's sake? It's not even... It's also not really put on properly. It's slightly to the side. Tidy yourself up, Obi-Wan. And this robe is not stitched down like the other one, so when you put it over his head, well, it doesn't feel like you can. It's not going. Stay. It looks silly. Oh, Hasbro. Continuing with the Obi-Wan series, here is, I've forgotten her name, and no one asked for this, but I guess Hasbro was just like, yeah, we're going to release this, and people are just going to use her as a generic Imperial officer, which is exactly what I'm going to do. That's who she is from now on. She is not the spy or rebel or whoever she is in the show that shows up for a bit and then dies. The figure is fine. Like, it's painted, it's done well. The face actually looks really good. Effort a little bit wasted, I think. Look, if you're this person, this actress, I'm sure you're very happy you have an action figure for you. That's great. But for everyone else, this is... You're a generic officer now, and you will stay there in the back. Maybe if Indiana Jones needs a Nazi to punch, I can convert this into a Nazi lady thing. Next up, we have Vel Central, something. Mon Mothma's cousin. She comes with this rifle that's not painted quite nicely. Has this back thing that can go over and reduce coil on the shoulder. So I'm just going to leave it there. Now you're just going to be... I mean, the way she dresses is very generic, so this could fit in anywhere. Honestly, this is not a figure. I think I'll chuck it in the Rebel Alliance box next to like the first release of Andor and some of the Rebels crew. But at some point, I'm gonna be looking at this and be like, I'd rather turn this into something else as well. She's got this soft plastic for a tummy, but it doesn't. Once again, it doesn't help articulations. I don't know why it's soft plastic, but you know, decent figure. I'm not sure. I think there's gonna be like a peg warmer. I'm not sure whose this is for. It's just gonna sit somewhere. So you're gonna stay in the back next to this Imperial officer who's also generic. I don't care. Someone less generic. At least he's got all this gear and stuff on him, and he's got a lot of guns. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these blaster pistols. When they first released him under like the Imperial officer disguise, I'm just like, right, that's just lazy. But then they release him in his more him look, I guess. So yeah, this figure is fine. It's got a joint there and a joint there, so that's really good actually. So that joint's glued down, and this thing falls out. Great. What's his name? Mix me few something, I don't know. Anyway, so he's gonna go along with all my Mando crew, protecting the baby Yoda crew. And the quality of this is decent. He's definitely more recognizable. He has a bigger role in the Mandalorian TV series, so you're gonna go a little bit forward, but not too far because I need to put someone better in the middle. Speaking of someone better, we finally have a Twi'lek, however you want to say it, Black Series. Now, can we please get Darth Taylor? That'll be really nice. Or maybe, as you know, we have a Hera pilot, but we have a Force user now, so this is good. I would, if I have extras of this or something, maybe you can paint this into Darth Taylor. That would be really good. Take some extra pieces from... Maybe I take some pieces from Bastila, get an extra Bastila, or maybe just get a piece from Malik or something. So, yes, but this figure, really cool. I like this a lot. I really like Ayla Secura since I first saw her. Lots of people did. You know, Twi'leks always look good in the Star Wars universe. This one's no exception. The face on the figure also looks decent. Would have preferred her skin to be a little bit of a darker blue, but what we have here is still really, really, really good. To the people who have shelves with these figures, hundreds and hundreds of these figures displayed, that's scary. More prequel stuff. We have Darth Maul with robot legs. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Nice bit of tattoos, so the coloring is a little bit off of the face, but the face is good enough. Molding line that's annoying. Lightsaber is fine. It is a little bit different than his regular one because, you know, he lost his regular one, so he's got a different one. They made him a bit more realistic. This is like a gaming grades version. This is cool. Okay, next we round up Mando crew. Face is good. Katie Sackhoff. I forgot her character's name. Damn. With all the other Mandos and stuff. Helmet's a little bit loose though. It's also very soft. But it's painted okay. It's just a little bit loose. Where did this jetpack go? There it is. Yeah, this jetpack is quite loose too. I don't want to glue it down or anything, but yeah. But the blue... Okay, next up we have another Mandalorian. We can go next to Bo-Katan and Katie Sackhoff. Helmet's a little soft, but overall the figure looks fine. The helmet's a little bit loose, but the blue coloring, especially on the jetpack area, looks too plasticky for me. This one definitely needs some kind of paint on it to make it look better. Otherwise, mostly, again, this tummy joints are completely useless, and that's very loose. Head joints fine, arm joints are fine. This one gets out of the way very nicely. Even rotates of the arm if you need it to. Like, everything moves fine. It's just no tummies. No tummy movements. No, and that one's falling off again. Hold still. Baby protecting team, we have Grief Karga. His accessory is a single blaster. And here he is. Let's do the tummy test. Absolute useless. Useless. But I'll let him get off it because he's an older guy. Yeah, this is a nice figure. The robe is a little bit flat. Not really a fan of this. Look, if you're gonna cut open a robe to help with articulation, if you want the legs to be like this and stuff, what the Japanese do is that they mold a little bit more plastic there so that the robe will overlap. So even when you pull it apart, it's still overlapping, so you don't get this really ugly cut, and instead it would just look like a little bit of the fold. I feel like these dotted lines should have some paint on them, but the figure is fine. But again, I already have him in his more compacty look. I do not need him in his magistrate look where he doesn't really do much. It's a decent figure, yes, but look, I only have some of these figures because I wanted other figures from the set. Next up we have the baby himself. As mentioned, he has the original accessories here, but that's just silver ball and a bow and a little frog thing. The frog thing's not painted too nicely, and he has nothing to actually hold on to this. And the new figure also has nothing to hold on to it, so you're gonna have to use blue tack or something if you want to use. So same with all the other accessories here. It's not gonna hold that either. It can go around his neck, but it's not gonna hold it. I do like his sitting position. Now the figure's one, he came with an extra hand with a peg in the hand to hold on to the bow, but it doesn't come with the little frog thing or the little ball. But I already have this little box of stuff from the first release. The cookies and little Mandalorian necklace, those are new. And this baby chair thing has popped up a few times in different releases and stuff. So, but if you don't have that, if you don't have any previous Baby Yoda release, this is a decent release. Just a lot of repeat for me. For the figure arts, it comes with soft clothing for him to be articulated, but it's way too over-engineered. It's great for taking photos and stuff, but not great to play around and posing. So it's actually much more ideal to have different versions of Grogu, some standing, some sitting, for different positions and stuff. So it is actually okay and actually a good thing to get different Grogus from different settings and different poses. So if you already have the first Black Series one, get this. If you have the fig arts, get this as well. There's all the extra accessories and the ease of posability for him in this tray. Now, as mentioned, I do have the model kit version, but if you want to mess with model kit stuff and painting and stuff, get this. Finally, one of the biggest reasons I have a lot of these extra figures is because I really wanted the nice of the Old Republic figures, and I have Darth Raven, I have Nihilus, so I have those from previous releases, and finally having a Balak is really, really cool. Now this mask doesn't quite close up properly. I was showing up a bit too much plastic on the front, so I might get some cutters just to clean it up, but that's because it can come off, and you can see his whole nasty face. I'm surprised this is a feature. Someone else who designed this must also really like Knights of the Old Republic, and well, yeah, I mean, look at it. This is a very nicely sculpted head and painted head. It looks awesome, especially considering the amount of details you had in the game back then. They probably had the original artwork to work with, but still. The robot, when it goes down to one side, I do wish some of these had wires in them. Silver bit painted here is really good, but this red here is a bit too shiny compared to the other, damn it. But the rest of the detailing is good. He's got a little hole there for his lightsaber. I do like this lightsaber a lot. I do like lightsabers where they have bits like teeth coming off. And yeah, this is one of the main... I really wanted this Knights of the Old Republic figure. It's really cool to have a look at him. He's taller than the rest. Like, he's really menacing. It's not good for the photo though. I'll just reposition these later for the final bit. And also Bastila. This is also really cool to have. Head sculpt's a little bit off. Doesn't look quite like her game counterpart, but it's okay, just not quite like her. It's not, it's weird to say for an old game, but it's not sexy enough. You know, like old Tomb Raider games. Yeah, Tomb Raider didn't look that realistic, but she had that really sort of Western style makeup on her. Bastila had that too, like thicker lips and stuff, and this one doesn't have that. I mean, it's still decent, but you know, looks a little bit off. The rest of her is good. The body, the painting, the robes and stuff, all pretty decent. And I've noticed she had this different shaped pouch there. And the lightsaber is fine. Your lightsaber is cool. Tell me you can move forward a little bit. So, which were the figures that I actually really wanted? Well, I wanted to complete the Inquisitors. I wanted Aayla Secura, that Darth Maul is very different Darth Maul, so I wanted it. Knights of the Old Republic figures. I was okay with completing the Death Watch Mandalorian with Katie Sackhoff's character, the two generic ones, and well, I have two generic ones as well as the lady one, whatever her name is. So to complete the whole sort of Mandalorian crew team thing, he's okay to have or not. But yeah, definitely don't care for. I mean, look at her. She doesn't even look like she wants to be. Even the figure looks tired. And generic officer, yeah, whatever. Show up and die. And yeah, my favorites were definitely the Knights of the Old Republic figures. I just didn't expect to get them. It's like, it's almost as if there's a chance that we might even get a Kyle Katarn someday, and Jan Orr someday. That would be really awesome. In fact, maybe I can change her into Jan Orr. She's generic enough. But yes, look, all these figures, they look good. They're decent. For the price that you pay for, some of the coloring is a little bit off, but they are decent enough figures. And it's really good that we're still, despite some of the releases feeling quite random and one-offs and such as Aayla Secura coming out of nowhere, it is cool to be at least slowly getting drip feed, you know, prequel Jedi Masters and stuff. I was very excited for Kit Fisto and Plo Koon, and Aayla Secura goes along with that too. For something that just came from the Rebels cartoon and it's in the video games now, having Cal Kestis and all these Inquisitors is great to have and great to go against my Ahsoka figures. I'm really happy for that as well. As for the other figures, they're fine. They're absolutely fine. Subscribe, suggestions, comment below, guys. Take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.